Welcome to St. Louis and Busch Stadium, home of the Cardinals since 2006. The show brings you the game of the week. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. We get a chance to watch one of the hottest bats in the game. He's been huge for his team, Singy.
Yeah, just impressive contact and seems to find every gap available, Boog. I can't wait to see him in action in this one.
First pitch coming your way next. Getting the nod on the mound, Dustin May. Chris, it's a little more common these days, but still, he's a strikeout per inning type of guy.
Well, I hear you about the strikeouts. A lot more guys striking out today, but when you consider having the ability to get that strikeout, particularly when you need it, a man on third, less than 2 outs, situations where, yeah, maybe you're not a real high strikeout guy, but just knowing you have the swing and miss stuff in a big spot, I think it's real critical, and he's got it.
And we're underway from St. Louis. In the air to left center, Yoshida on the move. One down. There's a Pirates lineup now. Of course, one of the best players in the game today, Jackson Merrill.
And Boog, you know he's happy seeing a righty out there on the mound in this one. I mean, over 300 against righties on the year, so definitely you expect him to try to tack on a few more points of batting average with a couple of hits. Should be a good matchup for him in this one.
Kyle Tucker, the next to hit, takes outside.
Come on, Big Red.
The 1-0. There's the strike, 95 of that one. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That one carrying. And it is gone. Kyle Tucker sends it out. His 19th home run of the year. And the Pirates take the lead. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
One down. Aaron Judge, the next Pirate to hit. 4th on the National League RBI leaderboard.
That's a ball.
Just getting started here in St. Louis.
Here we go, Dustin.
And another ball. May, maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start.
Judge rips that one. High bounce, takes it over the fence. That's an automatic double.
Well, there's something really nice about getting yourself an automatic double like that. You get to stroll into second base without having to worry about a throw or getting your uniform dirty. And now you're just looking for the next guy to kind of do the same thing. Maybe put one in the gap so you can jog home as well.
Digging in, Cal Raleigh. 0-1. Man at second. Chris, he's currently the team leader in OPS. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Here comes the Judge around third. He's safe as he gets his hand in. It's 2-0.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. That one was smoke coming off the bat, and it looked like there might have been a close play at the plate. Good job of base running rounding third, making sure he could come in and score that run.
Man at first with one gone. Jeremy Pena, the next Pirate to hit.
Really strong hitting performance recently. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one.
And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Lifted in the air, right center field. Walker settles underneath it, and there's 2 away.
Batting 6, the second baseman.
Ketel Marte up to the plate. Marte with a homer in his last game. That clips the corner. Here comes the 0-1.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
On the ground. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Pirates 2, and the Cardinals back here at Busch Stadium. And on the mound for Pittsburgh in this one, Paul Skeens. What should we keep an eye on here?
Yeah, it was nails last time out. Worked deep into the ball game, racked up double-digit strikeouts. We'll see if he can repeat that performance in this one.
Leading off, J.J. Weatherhold. That misses, and that's ball 1. Makes the catch. 1 down. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. And one of the most exciting young stars in the sport, Jordan Walker. So digging in, Jordan Walker. What a season it's been for him. He has supplied a lot of power and that average. Ball 1, no strikes. And it's fouled away. The 1-1. Skeens delivers. Swing and a miss. 98 miles per hour on the gun.
It's been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
And here is Alec Burleson.
You have to be creative pitching against bad ball hitters. You got to add some velocity, subtract at times. Just avoiding the heart of the plate isn't always going to be enough. Guys like this can hurt you with pitches you wouldn't expect him to swing at. Good zip on that fastball at the bottom of the zone. If he's there all day, it's going to be a tough one for the hitters.
Two down, nobody on. On the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. They trail it here 2-0. Back here in St. Louis, stepping in, Munetaka Murakami.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Singy, he's leading the way at the moment with the most home runs in the league.
Let's go, Big Red.
0-1. Our umpire for this one, Freddie Ferguson. A consistent umpire by all accounts.
Yeah, I think the book on him is that he's not necessarily by the book with his strike zone. But once you figure out where he's calling strikes, you can pretty much count on him to stay with that throughout the game.
That's a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Here's the center fielder, Jackson Merrill.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
The 1-0.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
The 1-1. Murakami gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Line drive, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Batting up, the third baseman, number 7.
Kazuma Okamoto getting ready to hit.
Definitely scuffling at the dish lately. Just 1 hit in his last 5 games.
First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
That's the ball down.
Let's go, Big Red.
Went with the sweeper for the strike. Got him swinging for the K. Gassed it right by him.
Well, Boog, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
Here's Shohei Ohtani. Misses the sweeper. Two on, 1 out. His stolen base numbers this season are good enough to put him top 5 in baseball, Siggy.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
The 2-1. Double play ball to second. Here's Wynn for 1. On to first, double play. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Pirates 2 and the Cardinals nothing. It's the game of the week on MLB The Show. We head to the bottom of the second. Now up the Cardinals number 4 hitter, Pete Alonso. Just missed. This one driven deep center field on its way. Home run. Pete Alonso takes him deep. His 13th home run of the season, and they're on the scoreboard. It's 2-1.
He really needed that swing. He hasn't been getting a ton of results at the plate lately, so I'm sure that one felt especially good.
Chris, that ball came out hot. So let's see what StatCast has to say.
Yeah, it really did, Boog. 111 miles per hour off the bat, and a really nice launch angle as well. Just a beautiful swing from start to finish.
At the plate, Masataka Yoshida. And that one fouled off. Into the outfield, base hit. And a man aboard.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Here's Nolan Gorman.
Here's a hitter who's been strong in the clutch lately. Over the last 10 games, he's knocked in 10 runs.
Pitch in the dirt, and that's ball one. One on, nobody out, a run in, bottom half of inning number 2. Nice stop from his knees, the throw. 1 at second, and 2. What a play.
The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there, they made it look pretty easy.
So up next, Mason Wynn.
He's done a great job making contact recently. Hits in each of the last 6 games.
Oh. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in the second game of the series. Ripped, but it curls foul. Here's a 1-1. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 3rd out. 1 for the Cardinals on the solo home run. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. 3rd inning coming up in MLB The Show's Game of the Week. Back here in St. Louis, here's Kyle Tucker.
When he steps into the batter's box, the comfort level looks so high. It doesn't matter what kind of delivery that pitcher has, what kind of velocity, what kind of secondary stuff. He is so settled in there. He owns the home plate area.
That clips the zone. No balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Here is Aaron Judge.
Well, Boog, the biggest storyline coming in is just how hot he's been at the plate. Today's no different. Already producing. He's a true X factor.
And ball 1 to Judge. Out to center. Church on his way over. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's 2 down.
Up next to the Pirates, the catcher,
Cal Raleigh, the next to hit. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. That one fouled off.
That's a ball.
Let's go, St. Louis. Come on, St. Louis. Woohoo!
Gets a swing and a miss with the sweeper. That one is hammered right field. That's got a chance. and brings it in at the wall. Offense held in check there. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Pirates 2 and the Cardinals 1. You're watching the game of the week on MLB. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year.
Oh, that's low. That's a ball.
Clips the corner, and the count even 1-1. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Oh, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, and all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
And now it's Ivan Herrera. No hits in the shutout last night. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Swung on, belted. And wow, that one is way out of here. So he goes yard to left. Third home run of the season, and it gives them the lead in the third. It's 3-2.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. That pitch looked like the splitter, but normally doesn't stay that high in the zone. The bottom falls out, at least to bring it around belt level, but that one just stayed up. And with that kind of velocity, it's going to get hit really hard, as it did right there.
Next to hit, J.J. Weatherholt. Check swing called strike. That's strike one.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Check swing went around. 0-2. That's hard hit in the line. Merrill makes a nice grab and a full sprint. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Nothing instills more confidence in a team than a center fielder who makes a great play like that on the run. They can feed off the energy he brings just from his playmaking abilities.
Walker takes a ball as he stands in for the second time. 2 runs across in the inning here in the last half of the third.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
On the ground to the left. Slings to first in time.
Up next for the Cardinals, the first baseman, Alex Burleson.
2 down, bases empty. Alec Burleson now at the plate. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. Almost got him. 2 down, nobody on. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. 2 runs for St. Louis on this blast. It's now a 3-2 ball game. 3 innings in the book on MLB The Show's Game of the Week. Back here at Busch Stadium, digging in, Jeremy Pena. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Here we go, Dustin.
That one close, ruled a ball. Ball 1.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
And a foul ball. The 1-2. And down on strikes he goes. 1 up, 1 down. An outstanding hitter in Ketel Marte. 0 for 1. He grounded out to first his last time. That was the sweeper, but it missed. The Pirates trailing by a run.
Ha!
The 1-1. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. That's smacked on a line to center. Church flashes the leather on the running catch.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
Murakami takes low, second trip to the plate in this one. Two down, nobody on. Center field. And that is that. 3 up, 3 down for him there. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Cardinals 3 and the Pirates 2. This is the game of the week. Back here in St. Louis, here's the Cardinal DH, Pete Alonso.
No, that's down. Ball.
The 1-1. Right through there for a strike.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Ground ball up the middle. Whips it to first on the run. It's there, and that's a great play.
Up next for the
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Masataka Yoshida.
Here's the left fielder, Masataka Yoshida. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Wood.
And now the 0-1. Look out.
That got him.
That fastball drilled him.
Up next for the Cardinals, the third baseman, number
Nolan
60.
Gorman next up for the Cardinals. He hit into a double play his first time up. Chris, he's been one of the most powerful hitters in baseball this year. His home run numbers are good enough to put him top 5 in the league. Missed with a changeup, and 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Man at first, one away. In the dirt, throws to second, and he's got no chance. He's out.
You know, Boog, this is the part of the game that oftentimes is overlooked. This is the grunt work. Great job of the catcher using his body to deaden that pitch, keeps it close, and then throws a strike down to second. Hats off.
Now all even up. Sets him down on strikes. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Redbirds down quietly, and it remains a 3-2 ball game. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Jackson, Merrill.
Come on, Big Red.
You know, these Pirates, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. They haven't run a single count full in this ball game, and that's just wild to me. That stat alone shows they're making it way too easy to get them out.
1 away.
Up next in Pittsburgh, the third baseman,
Kazuma Okamoto, the next Pirate to hit. Cruising on the mound right now, but a dangerous hitter here in this spot. A guy with some slug to him.
Let's go, Big Red.
Tap foul at the plate. The Buccos down by a run. Top of the zone for a called strike. The 0-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. The 0-2. On the ground to third. Jumps, throws, and they get the out.
up next in Pittsburgh, the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
So the Pirates batting order turns over. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. Ranging back. Out of here! Shohei Ohtani goes deep. And we're all square. It's 3-3.
Shohei leaves his mark on every game he plays, and he's done it again with the home run. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. So here's Kyle Tucker now. He's already homered in this game. Sliced hard but foul. There's a swing and a drive. That's down. One hops off the wall. The relay to second. In there. He's safe.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Aaron Judge, the next Pirate to hit.
Another steady performance at the plate today after riding a hot streak, Boog. His consistency in the box has been impressive.
2 down, go-ahead run in scoring position. And that one fouled off. Movement in the bullpen. George Soriano, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Fernandez getting loose as well. Runner at second, 2 down.
Come on, Dustin.
In the air, right field. And that's the 3rd out. 1 in the inning for the Pirates on this solo homer. We're tied now with 3 apiece. We hope you're enjoying the game of the week on MLB The Show. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Mason Wynn.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. And up next for St. Louis, Nathan Church. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far.
Come on, Nathan.
Pitch misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. All tied up. Last half of inning number 5. And he swings over the top there.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. That misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
In the air, left field. And that'll fall for a base hit. And that's a 1-out single.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Here's the catcher, Ivan Herrera. He's 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer his first time up.
Ball, that's down.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there, it's got a chance. And caught on the warning track.
Up next for the Cardinals, the second baseman,
J.J. Weatherholt next up for the Cardinals. And that skips in the dirt.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead. Doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
2 gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. That one lifted to left. Judge going back on this one. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. So one hit is all they get. 5 innings complete. All tied up at 3 apiece. Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game. George Soriano into the game. He's making his second appearance of the season. Leading off, Cal Raleigh. That one misses, and it's 1-0. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. Movement in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Justin Brule, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Stanek getting cranked up as well. The 1-2.
That's a ball.
That one missed. Got him swinging. And one gone.
You know, variant speeds can be just as useful for a pitcher as movement. As you see right there, it really wasn't a great location. But the fact that the velocity change had the hitter off balance, and that's all you got to do sometimes.
So next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Jeremy Pena. Ground ball to the right side, and it goes just foul. He's in the top 10 for most stolen bases in baseball right now, Siggy. You can't ignore him when he gets on base. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Here's Ketel Marte. Struggling on the road this season, better results at home. Pitch misses there. Ball 1.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
And 1-2. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Down in order go the Pirates. So no change in the score. It's 3-3. Bottom of the 6th inning, and stepping in for the Cardinals,
well, a mistake right here could untie this ball game. If you're the pitcher out there, you just want to be a little more cautious.
And that one is in for a strike.
Here we go, Jordan.
On the ground, right side. It's through for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team to bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball go deep. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
So digging in,
we
Alec
go, Alec.
Burleson.
Come on, Alec.
There's a swing and a miss. And fouled off. The Cards with the go-ahead run at first here at the bottom of the sixth. Swing and a ground ball down the line, and it's foul.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Ball. Let's go, Alec.
Stays alive. On the ground. Fair ball. Walker is waved home. The relay to the plate. The tag. And he's safe. 4-3. They take the lead. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Runner in scoring position. No. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Edwin Uceda on the pitch here.
And that's a big potential run out there at second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by them into the outfield any way they can.
Come on, Pete.
On a line out towards center. And there's one away.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
In the dirt, blocked. One out and a runner at second. That one ripped, but foul. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
Throw comes into third, and they're at the corners with only one out. Nolan Gorman next up for the Cardinals. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Grounder might be two. Here's Marte for one. And that's two. Cards on the board with this double. It's now a 4-3 ball game. 6 innings in the books on MLB The Show's Game of the Week.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Justin Brule.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Ball inside.
Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges. Looking to get the tying run on base. That one misses. And the count is 3-1. Jackson Merrill would be next. Big bat with a potentially huge opportunity. Fouled off. He was late. And a payoff pitch. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Too low, ball 4. And he represents the tying run on base after that hard-fought walk. Up next for the Pirates, Jackson Merrill. 1 for 2. Now a pinch hitter coming on for the Pirates. Nick Gonzalez. He represents the go-ahead run. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Off balance feed. There's one. On to first. Save. So they get one, but a really nice try there.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
One out man at first. Kazuma Okamoto, the next Pirate to hit.
Oh, look out here. He's going to come up ready to swing in this situation. If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1. The Pirates with the go-ahead run at the plate. Outside low, and that's ball 3. Shohei Ohtani would be next. Big bat with a potentially huge opportunity. Swing, and that's ripped towards right center. And this one could be extra bases. Heading for the plate. The relay throw. Safe at the plate, and again we are tied.
Well, there you go, the RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Go ahead run on base. Here's Ohtani. He's already homered here in this one. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Tied at 4. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. Got him swinging.
Nice work there to get the strikeout, and that's a big second out. I'll tell you, this home crowd will be fired up. They can get out of this and leave that go-ahead run stranded in scoring position. This is a big moment in this game.
Here comes the manager out of the Cardinals dugout, and he'll make a move. New arm of the mound for the Cardinals, Ryan Stanek.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Kyle Tucker digs in now. In the air to left center. Yoshida gets there. He's under it. And that's the third out. But the Pirates strike on this run-scoring double. All even now at 4 apiece. The game of the week living up to its name. Back after this. Tyrone Taylor into the game as a defensive sub now, and he'll take over in center. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Mason Wynn.
The shortstop, Mason Wynn.
You know, these Cardinals, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've heard lots of loud noise coming from their bats in this one, haven't we? I mean, they've launched 6 hits at 90-plus exit velocity, and that doesn't happen by accident.
The 0-2. Check swing, tried to hold up, now an appeal to first. And no swing, says Joe McDonald.
That's a ball.
Good eye right there. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Pena. Throw to first is in time.
Up next for the Cardinals, the center fielder, number 27, Nathan.
And now the center fielder, Nathan Church. He's 2 for 2. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Right side, hard hit. And he handles it himself for the out.
Up next for the Cardinals, the catcher, Ivan Herrera.
Now it's going to be Ivan Herrera. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads.
Let's go. Do it again.
Pitch is in the dirt, and that's ball 1.
That's a ball.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 7th. That one misses. And now 3-0. J.J. Weatherholt in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And he walked him. And a go-ahead run is on base.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Here's the second baseman, J.J. Weatherholt. 0 for 3 in this one. This is again 5 in a row. Herrera off of first with 2 away. Swings through that one. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Line drive in the air to make the catch.
Make a great catch like that. It's all about timing the jump. His timing was perfect. Excellent grab, and he comes down with it. The inning is over.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Ryan Fernandez.
And if you dig into his walk rate, his numbers are really impressive. He's really filled up the strike zone this season, so these batters better be ready to swing the bats. He's been an absolute hitting machine, Booth. The hype is real. Major contributor for this team.
Action in the St. Louis bullpen. Riley O'Brien. And that one fouled off. Tied at 4. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
I'd say that stayed in the tunnel for a long time. No chance of even fouling it off.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Cal Raleigh, known for his late inning heroics. Hit hard but foul off to the left. And ball 1.
Tried to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
Line drive, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Go-ahead run into scoring position as he stops at second.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. A lot riding on this next at bat now as they look to take the lead at a critical point in this one.
So a change being made out at second. Pirates going with a pinch runner, Kyle Teal. They want his wheels out there after the 1-out double. Jeremy Pena, the next Pirate to hit. First pitch way inside a fastball. And it's second. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. This to third. Throw to first in time.
Good late bite on that slider. Got the hitter out in front, rolled over on it. Exactly what he was supposed to do.
Go ahead run on base. Ketel Marte getting ready to hit. That one a little bit high, and that's ball one. Catcher challenge will take another look. And it's a called strike after the review. Still 2 challenges left for them. And on second, 2 down.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
Next offering in the dirt. And that is ball one. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Back here in St. Louis, on to the bottom of the 8th, Jordan Walker now at the plate.
That's low. That's a ball.
Swing and a miss at 100 miles an hour. Tap foul at the plate. Here's a 1-2. That's down and in. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
No, that's a tough one to swallow as a hitter when the first base umpire rings you up from 100-something feet away. But somebody's got to make the call, and that's usually the best angle.
And that was a really close one, but it's hard to argue the call right there, yeah?
Yeah, I think you got it right.
So up next. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Pirates with a new arm on the mound, Kyle Hart.
This guy's a strike thrower. He's done an excellent job of avoiding walks so far this season.
Here we go, Alec.
And that one way outside. Ball one. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Takes it in for the out.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Infield playing him to pull. Second baseman just to the right of the bag.
Get another one.
And the first pitch misses for ball one. All tied up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Just missed.
Got to be real careful here. 2-0. He's hunting for his pitch.
Come on, polar bear.
Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they have the lead. Another homer. His second home run of the game. And they grab the lead in the 8th. It's 5-4.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. That not only changes the scoreboard, but potentially the trajectory of the entire game. Always possible to impact the outcome with just a few swings, and that's what he's doing.
So 2 down. Masataka Yoshida next up for the Cardinals. And first offering is fouled off. Foul ball there. Two down, nobody on. Ground ball right side. Throws to first in time. That ends the inning. So they pick up a run of the solo shot and take the lead. Through 8 full, the Cardinals lead it 5-4. Last chance coming up for the Pirates. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Riley O'Brien. A chance at his first save of the year. Well, 1-run game. Munetaka Murakami getting ready to hit. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. And that puts the tying run on base.
Just a clutch at bat right there. Big time swing when this team really needed it. It's hard to hit a baseball much better than that, and even a lot of professional hitters aren't able to reach an exit velo of 114 miles per hour. I'll tell you what, that's a very impressive swing at the bat.
Here's the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor, taking his first at bat of the game after entering on. Substitution being made at first, and on a pinch run for Pittsburgh, number 79, opting for a faster runner as they try. Tie this thing up. Now a pinch hitter coming on for the Pirates. J.J. Bleday. He represents the go-ahead run. O'Brien going for save number 1 in this spot. And he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2017. Now this one gets away from the catcher, and the runner holds. The Buccos with the tying run on at first here at the top of the 9th. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days. You would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
And that is out of play. The 1-2. And that skips in the dirt. One-run game here in the top of the 9th. Got him swinging for the K. And an excellent job keeping it right there.
Well, that's pretty much the dream two-strike curveball if you're the pitcher. Hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
One out man at first. Up next for the Pirates, Kazuma Okamoto. Liner snagged at first.
They couldn't have asked for a better out. Makes a great play on the line drive, and they keep the runner at first. Just like that, they're almost out of the inning.
So they're down to their final out. And next is the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Let's go, Riley. Come on, Riley.
Big situation right here. You got some speed over there at first base. He represents the tying run. Question is, do you send him and get him in the scoring position, or do you let that batter swing and maybe put you ahead?
Up the middle, Weatherholt. Throw to first, ball game. And the Cardinals even this series up in a game apiece.
Well, this turned out to be an exciting, very well-played game. Always feels great when you can take the lead in the 8th at home. Come out in the 9th, crowd will be behind that pitcher as he tries to get those final 3 outs. Everybody goes home happy with a win like this.